Hello, Genevieve Jacobs from Region Media with this week's news update. And this week is a very special week. It is NAIDOC week. We're a long way from the Torres Strait, where my guests are from. I'm with Sam FAULKNER, with Aunty THELMA WESTON and with Aunty LYDIA George, two very honoured and important members of Canberra's vibrant Torres Strait Islander community. Sam, talk to us about what NAIDOC Week is. What's the point of NAIDOC Week? What are we marking and what are we celebrating this year?
Well, this year's theme about Heal Country and NAIDOC Week in general is about celebrating the strength and diversity of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples and cultures.
Tell me a little bit about the Torres Strait Islander community here in Canberra. We are, of course, a long way from the tropical warmth, but it's a vibrant community, isn't it?
It is, and certainly around Mabo Day, July 1 and NAIDOC Week. We're a small but very vibrant, vocal population that celebrates our Torres Strait Islander culture through feasting, dancing and just getting together and celebrating as a community as well. So we have a small Torres Strait Islander corporation which has been around for about 30 years now, and that's our sort of central point of coming together.
Now, Aunty THELMA, when I said an honoured member of the Torres Strait Islander community, I really meant it. You're the 2019 Elder of the Year, someone who's only just not long stopped work as a health worker at Woononga, well into your 80s. So this is an amazing story of community. But I know that NAIDOC Week and Mabo Day are very important to Torres Strait Islander people. The connection for you with land rights, with reconciliation is very strong, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about your connection with Eddie Mabo, with the history that starts in the Torres Strait.
Well, Eddie Mabo, his family was in the Torres Straits.
And you've had a very long career in nursing and in health. You've worked for a long time at Woononga. Tell me about becoming a health worker and why that was important to you.
Yeah, I was a health worker a long time ago, yes, in Perth, and then we moved to Canberra. And my husband he had stopped working, yes, and then he got sick, and then I was with Woononga.
For a long time with Nunga, helping to take care of people in a culturally appropriate and sensitive way, which is really important. Aunty LYDIA, tell me about your story in Canberra. How long have you been here?
I've been here 30 plus years. Yeah, I've enjoyed Canberra.
What brought you down here all the way from that lovely warm place that you call home?
Well, I came down, I grew up on the mainland since I was 7 years old. And having lived in Sydney for 25 years, then I moved to Canberra. Oh, I'm giving my age away. Sorry. I came to Canberra as a university graduate.
And in fact, you have a Master's in Social Work, and that's a very impressive achievement. And this is a very important year for Torres Strait Islander people. It's the 150th anniversary of the coming of the light. Can you tell us what that means and why so many people have been celebrating?
The coming of light is a very spiritual connection for the people from all over the Torres Strait. It's a very spiritual journey that the LMS London Missions Society bring it to us, and we were able to spread it 150 years of a very significant calendar of event for us. We do celebrate 1st of July here in Canberra. For me, actually, it's been taking charge of your life to be, extend a sincere gratitude for the leader of our community that was able to accept the message of Christianity, and also looking at it from our perspective, from how spiritually connected we are.
It's just wonderful to have you both with me, and Sam, to talk to us about NAIDOC Week and how important that is for the Torres Strait Islander community. Also making news on the website this week, we are talking about Senator Zed Seselja and whose wishes he should represent in Parliament, as he says he's not all that keen on supporting legislation that would allow the ACT to legislate for voluntary assisted dying. We're also talking about Canberra's icons, things like Telstra Tower, the Red Hill Lookout. Are they getting a little bit tired? Do they need a bit of a refresh? Speaking of things that are old and honoured, the Charcoal Grill restaurant, Amelia Bidgood, who's one of our food reviewers, has been to the venerable charcoal round in the Melbourne building, and she says the steaks are as terrific as they have ever been. And we've got some really heartwarming video too from the snow of a 17-year-old born with a rare brain disease who's able to ski in a wheelchair. It's just the most beautiful, heartwarming footage that you will ever see. James Coleman has that story. That and more is making news on the website. So join up for our daily digest or our weekly newsletter and take part in the great big Canberra conversation that we're having. Happy NAIDOC Week, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Genevieve Jacobs and this is Region Media.